Yeah, this is man versus music. Ah, you know what I'm saying? Michael Eichel in the building, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do it like this. It ain't flavor, it's fever. Niggas got penny on the wall. I'm on that. Niggas got phony on the ball. I'm on that. I'm on that. I'm on that. Yes, yes, I'm on that, man. What? I'm on that. Get it, get it.
What's going on, world? I'm Wesley from A Connection TV, the network, the one channel on YouTube where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. Before I get into this review, I need y'all to do me a favor and click on all of the videos that I have uploaded in the past week. I'm just getting back from Atlanta, or I've been back for a week now, but I went to Atlanta, filmed some interviews, I've done a couple of reviews, and yeah, I even uploaded my old Kung Fu flick with my B-fam, Mike. But a lot of you guys were really aggravated because I did not upload a review for Roa. It was because I was in Atlanta. When I got back, by the time I wound down and uploaded all my information or all my footage from my videos and recording and all of that, it was already like Wednesday, Thursday. So it was like, why upload a review about Roa? But last episode's Roa was really not reviewable, if that's a word. But it was just dumb. It was just a lot of back and forth banter. Oh, I get this. I got this off the runway. I got this off the runway. You can't afford it off the runway. You know, did they make that in your size off the runway? When you got the coins, when you got the... No, back and forth with Claudia was a bit much. Claudia ate her. It was a bit much. But yeah, but Claudia seems to be getting into a lot of dramatics lately. She was just at Pride with Mimi and Tao Play and a lot of other people and Vaughn. Shout out to you, Vaughn, which is the reason why I gotta go to Atlanta. Like, I'm starting to think that maybe I should scale back on my reviews because I talk about everybody that lives in Atlanta, but I don't say shit that's not true. And I don't bash people on here. But yeah, I don't know, maybe I should rethink my reviews. But Claudia said something about dark-skinned people and she got in trouble with that. And then she was going back and forth with Tiny. I mean, that comment was a little on the true side when she said that I can't believe. She said something along the lines of not believing that someone had sex with her from the front. Hot mess, Claudia. But we get into this episode, Beauties in the Fast Lane. Beauties in the, what, before I get into, what I will say about last week's episode was that it was very interesting how Claudia was going, Claudia was kind of going tick for tat in the van. And not saying that I don't think she should have. I mean, because anytime you call someone a half-breed or say that their clit has left their body and then you just apologize like whatever, that doesn't, I'm not obligated to forgive your apology or even to acknowledge it, but it was kind of like Claudia was saying, don't do this to me, but she was still doing it to Nene. So I was kind of confused about what was going on. I don't know if it was the editing that was going crazy. And then when everybody was trying to get Nene to admit that she knew about the African dude that was married, that was apparently going out with Portia, I'm like, first of all, that is none of y'all's business. None of y'all's business. And then, I don't know, it kind of defeats the purpose of Kenya Moore even apologizing to Portia, because it just defeats the purpose. No, Kenya didn't want anybody to say that she was with an African last year or whatever was going on with the African that she had going on, but now she's gonna, I don't know, like, the girls, it was just a lot going on and none of it made sense whatsoever. None of it made sense. So, anyways, the girls get back from Puerto Rico and Nene is explaining to Greg what happened and Cynthia is explaining to Mallory and Peter what happened, or at least by her recollection. And I think out of everything that was said in the first 5 minutes, the most pivotal information that I grabbed and caught out of the air was when Nene said that Claudia was drinking out of, or she didn't have a champagne drink, or she didn't have champagne, so Kenya gave her her cup to drink out of. What the? What? I don't know if I was lost when that part happened or whatever. I know they made mention of it a little bit, but I was like, what? And so Nene offered to get, and in fact did get, so says Nene, Claudia her own champagne glass. I was like, what? Like, huh? I would not be drinking out of, I'd take a sip, but I'm not going to. I'm not be like, here, thank you. Go. No, But I've sipped out of my friend's cup. Like, I sipped. Like, I don't know about y'all, but if they got a straw, I'm not drinking from their straw. I'll take my lips and put it on the cup. And, you know, and it depending on what the type of drink is. Like, if it's, like, well, I don't drink nobody's bottled water or nobody's bottled anything anymore because there's only one part to drink from it. I don't do that anymore. But, you know, to take somebody's whole glass of champagne, I don't know, that was a bit much. But of course, Greg is here to defend his wife. And of course, Peter and Mallory are Team Claudia based off of the information that Cynthia is relaying to them. What was also kind of weird to watch in this particular episode was the doctor that was tending to Todd and Candy. She seemed somewhat like a freak. Masturbatorium. And she was like, here are the cups that you can fill out. You can fill this one out Mandingo style. I'm like, girl, are you really hitting on Todd? Does Todd and this doctor got a pass? What's going on here? Candy ain't catching it. Candy ain't catching it, but I was catching all of it. I was catching all of it. All of the innuendos toward Todd's man member. And you know, Todd and Candy are trying to have another child. Candy wants to have boys. I think that would be awesome. You know, boys are less maintenance, but I want a girl. Whenever I do have a kid, I want a girl. And yes, I can perform to have a child. It's very easy for me to do, but I want a girl. Yeah. Basically, I want another. None of y'all business. Anyways, so yeah, come to find out that Todd's sperm is fine. He's producing hundreds and millions of sperm, a swimmer, so he's good, which is great. Riley and Kayla. I keep forgetting that Riley is 11 freaking years old. And I keep forgetting that Kayla is 18 years old. You know, I don't know. It just seems like when I was 18, I was always looking grown. But then again, when I think about it, I look at my pictures. I was nobody's grown. Like, nobody's looking grown. I was like, no. So, you know, Kayla and Riley hanging out, I really don't get it. Like, an 18-year-old with an 11-year-old, like, who does that? And where they do that at? Me and my brother are 7 years apart, and I never, nah. But now, I mean, now we can hang out, but I mean, like, we're just worlds apart. Like, we really are. Like, me and my brother are worlds apart. Like, he's Bobby and I'm Whitney. But then again, Whitney was kind of scatterbrain crazy, but I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I really can't see Riley hanging out with Kayla. And Riley got a mouth on her. She's like, yeah, we can hang out. We could go to London. We could go to Africa. Todd's like, no. I was kind of thinking like the mall, to the store, whatever, you know. But apparently, Riley is always in her room when Kayla's in the living room. Kayla tried to ask Riley to go out and chill. Kayla's like, no, I don't really like any of your friends. I don't know any of your friends. Besides, I'm 11 and you're 18. When she said that, I'm like, girl, Kayla, girl, bye with all that Riley stuff. Ain't trying to hang out with Riley. Like, she 11, she can't do what she can do. Like, I don't understand the emphasis on it. But I mean, try to get to know each other, you know, great. They go to play bumper cars, and that was awesome. Like, I think family events mean a lot when kids are growing up. Like, to me, they were like non-existent. So for me, like, it would have really helped if we had more family events with my immediate family anyway. But Candy gets Todd a Ferrari. What she get him? Let me look at my notes real quick. A Corvette. I don't know nothing about cars. She get him a Corvette, and Todd's like, oh, thanks, babe. I'm like, what? That car looked sick. That car looks sick. I wonder if it's like all paid for or if they're making payments. Knowing Candy, it's probably all paid for. But I'm like, I don't know, like, that car looks fancy. It's probably not like a situation. It's probably not like a situation where, you know, on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, they rent the shit and they. I know Candy ain't about that life. I know Candy ain't gonna have no rented shit. I know that, Candy. Go ahead, Candy. I would have been stoked if I got a free car and the insurance was paid off for 5 years. Let the insurance be paid off for 5 years. I'm good. I gotta make no kind of payments on this motherfucker. I'm good. So, yeah, that would have been hot. Claudia, Cynthia, and Kenya are the beauties going to Sports One in Charlotte for his grand opening, Peter's grand opening. And you know, I'm like, that shows love and support. I hate driving, but for me, I live in Orlando, so to get to Miami is 3 hours. They live in Atlanta, so to go to Charlotte is 3 hours. Cool. If I was from Orlando to Charlotte, that'd be a 9-hour, almost 10-hour ride. Not for it. But 3 hours, I can do that because I drove to Atlanta last week, and that was a 6.5 hour, 7-hour drive. I did that, so I could do a little 3-hour drive, no problem. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, these girls, they get along. They're the beauties. And driving in the fast lane. Kenya was on 100 the whole way to this Sports One thing. Like, she didn't let up. And twirl, and twirl, and twirl. Y'all think I'm fabulous? I think I'm, well, how the song go? Y'all say I'm ghetto. I say I'm fabulous. Y'all say I'm ugly. I say I'm fabulous. And twirl, and twirl, and twirl. She was drunk the whole way through. I'm like, yo. It really seemed like at one point during this drive to Charlotte that Claudia or Cynthia was going to be like really, really annoyed with her and tell her to shut the fuck up. I was kind of thinking that Claudia was going to do that because she was making a lot of like faces like, girl, if you don't shut up. But 3 hours of that, could you imagine? Like, Kenya can be cool when she wants to be cool, but Kenya can be a bit much. Like, a lot of the time. Like, a bit much. So I don't know. I couldn't have drove 3 hours in a car with her. I just couldn't have did that. But you know what, to be honest, not a lot happened this episode, but I'll tell you the highlight of this particular episode was Peter running his staff, which by the way, he has a beautiful staff. It was like a staff of 65 to 85 people for this Sports One, which is freaking amazing. A diverse staff at that. But he has some fine ass brothers on his staff. And then the chef, the head chef is a female chef. That's hot. It's not too many times you see a female head chef. At least not that I've seen. But that was hot. That food was looking good though. Like Sports One, the entrance didn't really look that hot. Like the outside exterior didn't really look that bomb. But the inside was giving me everything that I needed. It looked long, straight. Like the interior decor was on point. But when we get to the opening night and Peter has a full house, I was like, oh my God. Like I was like so elated for Peter and Cynthia because watching them go through everything that they've been going through and then struggling and not struggling and then struggling and not struggling, like it's a beautiful thing to see black folk, to see married black folk, to see married black folk who get along or who gets along at least on camera. And I've been with them from the beginning to now and they're still making waves. Like I was just completely overjoyed and it was a beautiful thing to watch. It really was. I am loving Peter and Cynthia together, like I am loving Todd and Candy together. Who else is on TV that I love together? I can't really think of them right now. But these two couples are the power it couple for me. And I like the fact that Peter and Cynthia are like this. And they have that heavy communication and they have that great support. When Kenya wanted to get Chick-fil-A, which by the way, I've eaten Chick-fil-A. I've ate Chick-fil-A 4 times in the last 2 months. And then my first time was last year, which is kind of crazy for me because I know, didn't Chick-fil-A have this whole race thing that they was dealing with? But anyways, to see Kenya doing it and eating Chick-fil-A, I guess all the black people got over Chick-fil-A because Chick-fil-A, they still just can be a bit good. It's alright. But I don't know, they was stopping to get Chick-fil-A, then they stopped at the gas station, and they was doing all these stops, and when they got to the hotel, which was a nice little suite they had or whatever, a little simple suite they had, it was cute. Kenya all over the bed. I'm like, what the Kenya? But, you know, Peter gets on the phone with Cynthia and he's like, where are you? I wanted you to meet people. They're leaving. Like, they don't want to be here for 4 hours waiting for you. Blah, 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 blah. Where are you? I need my baby here. I need my baby here. I was like, oh, Peter, that's so hot. To tell you one thing, though, Cynthia left them chase at the motherfucking end. And she went to go see her man. I know that's right. I know that's right. Cynthia got all sorts of cool points when she did that. And she went to go see her man. She rolled up. She walked in. Peter was like, oh, but, you know, I'm glad you're here. And she's like, come on, babe. I'm sorry. I had to leave them. I'm sorry. They got blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry if my breath stink. I'm sorry. Like, I'm here, babe. I was like, whatever. I'm over it. Come on, let's go. So, that whole scene was just amazing. And then Cordell is his business partner. Okay, cool. Cordell looked completely shocked. Like, Cordell must be a silent partner because... I'm sorry, if I'm a partner, I'm going to be there. I'm talking to the staff with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm thinking. But Bar 1 is a complete success. The people looked beautiful. You're in Charlotte. Like, come on. Like, and there's some beautiful areas in Charlotte. If you've never been in Charlotte, of course, well, every area, every town has a beautiful side and a ghetto, ugly. You don't want to go there at night side. But Charlotte has a pristine, beautiful side. And so Bar 1 mixed with the people, I'm all for it. Like, I was like, wow, watching this whole thing. I really was. The girls get there, and then I can't for the life of me understand why Kenya is Kenya being shady. I don't think Kenya was doing it because Claudia needs to be a housewife because she's on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think Kenya was doing it just to be shady to Portia. Like, that's, and you know what? I can like Kenya when she's nice. Like, I like Kenya on The Apprentice. But Kenya on Real Housewives of Atlanta, she's not always the best as far as being polite and kind. She's not. She's very shady. She's like, I don't know. And I think y'all will make a cute couple. Well, you're single, right, Cordell? Right. Y'all know each other. I mean, I've always seen it like, oh my God. Like, I didn't know that you knew each other, but now that I know that you knew each other and seeing y'all now, like, y'all make an amazing couple. I'm like, come on, Kenya, cut that out. But Portia and Claudia are gonna go at it next week. And Claudia ain't the one. I don't really think Claudia ain't the one. The way she threw Kenya on the bed, that was a little inkling that she ain't the one. So Claudia, I'm here for Claudia. I'm here for Claudia. The new Portia, I'm not here for the new Portia. She doing way too much. Her body is amazing. Her hair is amazing. She is a gorgeous girl. Portia is beautiful. But her attitude last season was amazingly matched with the physical. This season, her inner core is just straight Rufus looking. And her body is still beautiful, but I mean, I don't know. And I saw Portia last week in Atlanta, and I don't know. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. I don't know what did y'all think about this particular episode. It was quite boring, but I mean, like I said, I like the fact that Peter and Cynthia are doing amazing, and that Todd and Candy. How is Candy gonna be off birth control for a year, and Todd's sperm is swimming around and she ain't pregnant yet? But they both fine. I don't even want to get no mental pictures. Like, I don't even want to get no mental pictures. They do them. I can't wait for the baby to come out. It's a beautiful show. Beautiful thing. I am completely happy for those people. Like, if I meet these people, I met Candy already, but Candy, Todd, Cynthia, Peter, Claudia, Phaedra, and Kenya. Everybody else is whatever. Like, everybody else is whatever. But I don't know. I would like to meet Kenya's gay friend. What's his name? Adam or Steven? I don't know what his name is, but he seemed cool as shit. But I don't know, like, I don't know. Anyways, I'm Wesley from AK Nation TV Network. Let me know what y'all thought about my review, and leave your comments below about this particular episode. Deuces.
Yeah, this is man versus music. You know what I'm saying? Michael Eiffel in the building, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do it like this. It ain't flavor, it's fever. Niggas got penny on the wall. I'm on that. Niggas got phony on the ball. I'm on that. I'm on that.